Our respiratory protection program is designed to keep you safe. The written program covers areas such as respirator selection, medical evaluations, fit testing, and respirator use, change out and cleaning, and proper storage or disposal requirements. If you ever have any questions about our program, ask your supervisor or the company's Respiratory Protection Program Administrator. Why wear a respirator? For those of you who know a little about cars, you know that the air intake to the engine is protected by an air filter. This filter protects the inside of the engine from dust and dirt to help it last longer. There are some instances in which we need to protect the inside of our lungs from atmospheric contamination, just as you protect your car. In these cases, we wear respirators that either filter the air or provide a clean source of air for us to breathe. Atmospheric hazards consist of dust, mist, fumes, toxic gases, and lack of oxygen. Not all dust, mist, and fumes require us to wear a respirator. We wear respirators only when the concentration or amount in the air is unknown or approaches a level high enough to cause possible harmful effects. For you to be qualified to wear a respirator, you must be properly trained for each type of respirator you are assigned. You must not have any facial hair that would interfere with a good seal around the face. This includes long sideburns for some types of respirators. You must not be overly sensitive to heat and must pass an annual respirator fit test. You must also pass a medical evaluation and have adequate vision so that you do not need to wear contact lenses or glasses with a full-face respirator unless the company supplies special corrective lens inserts for your personal respirator. Respirators are an effective method of protection against atmospheric hazards when properly selected and worn. However, if a respirator is used improperly or not kept clean, the respirator itself can become a hazard to you. Because of its function, extra effort is needed to draw in a breath and exhale when wearing a respirator. To ensure your safety when using a respirator, you should do the following. Read and follow all instructions provided by the manufacturer on use, maintenance, cleaning, and care, and warnings regarding the respirator's limitations. Our company has selected respirators certified for use to protect against specific contaminations. NIOSH, the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, is the government agency that certifies respirators. A label or statement of certification should appear on the respirator or the respirator packaging. It will tell you what the respirator is designed for and how much it will protect you. Do not wear your respirator in atmospheres containing contaminants for which your respirator is not designed to protect against. For example, a respirator designed to filter dust particles will not protect you against gases, vapors, or small solid particles in fumes or smoke. There are two basic types of respirators: air purifying and air supplying. Air purifying respirators have filters, cartridges, or canisters that remove contaminants from the air by passing the outside air through the air purifying element before it passes to the inside of the respirator. This provides a filtered air source. Particulate respirators capture particles in the air, such as dust, mist, and fumes, and do not protect against gases or vapors. Since the filter traps particles and plugs spaces between the fibers of the filter, these filters should be replaced as soon as you detect that it is more difficult to breathe through them. Gas and vapor respirators are normally used when there are hazardous gases and vapors in the air. This type uses chemical filters called cartridges or canisters to remove dangerous gases or vapors. They are not designed to protect against airborne particles and are made to protect you against only specific gases or vapors listed on the canister. These canisters provide protection only as long as the filter's absorbing capacity is not depleted or used up. Most of these cartridges and canisters have what is called an end-of-life indicator. This small label on the cartridge changes colors when the cartridge has been exposed to the specific gas for a predetermined length of time. When the indicator changes colors, it's time to leave the area and get a new cartridge. Another indication that the cartridge needs to be changed is if you smell the contaminant that it is designed to protect against. Air-supplying respirators provide clean air directly to the user from a source other than the air surrounding you. These type respirators use a hose to deliver clean, safe air from a source of compressed air or from a tank worn on the user's back. There are many different types of air-supplying respirators. Some include a regulator so that air is provided only when you breathe in, much like divers use underwater. Other types provide a constant flow of air to the respirator mask. NIOSH has developed a set of regulations for testing and certifying non-powered, air-purifying, particulate filter respirators. There are 3 levels of filter efficiency: 95%, 99%, and 99.97%. A higher percentage rating means less leakage through the filter. Each filter will also be marked with an N, R, or P. An N on the filter means that it is not for use if oil particles are present. The R means that the filter is oil resistant. A P on the filter indicates that it is oil proof. For example, a filter marked N95 would mean an N-series filter that is at least 95% efficient. If oil particles such as lubricants, cutting fluids, or glyceride are present, you must use an R or P-series filter. If oil particles are present and the filter is to be used for more than work shift, use only a P-series filter. To help you remember the filter series codes, use the following guide. N means not resistant to oil. R means resistant to oil, and P means oil proof. Before you don a respirator, make sure you do a thorough inspection. Check for damage or wear, such as cracks, splits, or tears. If your respirator is a full-face design, check that the viewing window is not clouded or excessively scratched or marred. After donning a respirator, you must conduct a fit check to ensure you have a good seal between the respirator and your face. The 2 fit checks are called positive and negative pressure checks. For a positive pressure check, close off the exhalation valve with your hand and exhale gently into the face piece. The face fit is considered satisfactory if a slight positive pressure can be built up inside the face piece without any evidence of outward leakage of air at the seal. For most respirators, this method of leak testing requires the wearer to first remove the exhalation valve cover before closing off the exhalation valve, and then carefully replacing it after the test. The negative pressure check involves closing off the inlet opening of the canister or cartridges by covering with the palm of the hand. Inhale gently so that the facepiece collapses slightly, and hold the breath for 10 seconds. The design of the inlet opening of some cartridges cannot be effectively covered with the palm of the hand. In this case, the test can be performed by covering the inlet opening of the cartridge with a thin latex glove. If the facepiece remains in its slightly collapsed condition and no inward leakage of air is detected, the tightness of the respirator is considered satisfactory. If leakage occurs during either fit check, readjust the respirator and straps and redo the fit checks. A leaking respirator will not protect you. To clean your respirator, remove all filters, cartridges, or canisters. Disassemble face pieces by removing speaking diaphragms, hoses, or any components recommended by the manufacturer. Discard or repair any defective parts. Wash components in warm water with a mild disinfecting detergent or with a cleaner recommended by the manufacturer. A stiff plastic bristle brush may be used for removal of dirt. Rinse components thoroughly in clean, warm, preferably running water. The importance of thorough rinsing cannot be overemphasized. Detergents or disinfectants that dry on face pieces may result in a skin condition called dermatitis. In addition, some disinfectants may cause deterioration of rubber or corrosion of metal parts if not completely removed. All parts must be hand-dried with a clean lint-free cloth or air-dried. After drying, reassemble the face piece, replacing filters, cartridges, and canisters. Be sure to check the condition of any O-rings during reassembly. The last step is to test the respirator to ensure that all components work properly. Proper storage of your respirator is just as important as proper use and cleaning. Be sure to store it in a clean, dry location where it will not be damaged. Store away from chemicals, heat, and sunlight. Any of these conditions will damage your respirator. Do not hang the respirator from the straps. This can cause weak areas. The best way to keep your respirator clean when stored is to place it in a plastic bag that has a good seal. Store your respirator so that the facepiece does not get warped or distorted. If you use disposable respirators, don't try to reuse them. They are good for only one use. Replace them periodically during the day if you use them for more than a few hours. Break times and after lunch is a good time to get a new disposable respirator. Make sure you dispose of the respirator properly. A final word about respiratory protection. Respirators in our program are designed to protect you. Follow all respirator safety rules and take care of your respirator so it will take care of you.